Thank you for collaborating. I appreciate your time, comrade.
We're starting? Okay, so hey, everyone, I'm Raza Malik. Welcome back to another episode of Same Shit Different. I almost forgot the name of our show. Same Shit Different Day,
Yeah.
where we ask, where we talk about the really interesting news and tough news, like would you hit a child for $4 million? Personally, $4 million is low. Um, I don't know about the rest of us, but anyway, so I'm here joined by my two favorite people in the world, Bailey Lee,
Hi.
and then Lan Mom. And
Hi.
these are some bananas here.
Oh, he's
Uh,
got fruit
The
again.
bananas are
I
back.
heard again.
Yeah.
The
Bananas are back.
bananas are back.
So the first week, as usual, two topics, and this week we're going easy because these two topics blend in like a good old whey protein juice drink. Um, since we all like influencers, right? How
Mhm.
can we? How can we say, hey, no, sorry, at what point do we say these influencers are wrong and bad? Where, how do we separate their behavior from the content that they're making? What steps do we take, right? Those are some very interesting questions. And today on Marching to Madness, we're going to dwell into that and also some Jake Paul and some guy fought a couple days ago. And we're also going to get into some other deep topics like YouTube boxing. So settle in, kiddos, and let Wine Mom, because she's going to hijack the show, let Wine Mom take control. So I'm going to throw it to Bailey. Curveball.
Good
And yeah,
producing. I appreciate your production skills. Thank you for claiming to hijack the show and then throw it to us.
that's
I
called
Mhm.
know. So,
curveball.
Wine Mom is the most passionate of us when it comes to the T channels. Now, that is the YouTube of the dramas, and that is like the shit.
There's a
It
show. There's a
it's
show that we're going to produce
yeah.
called T Corner featuring Wine Mom.
Yeah,
Mm.
if you're over like 30, you may not be aware, but it's something you need to be aware of because all the kiddos, it's the new reality TV. So, Wine Mom, who is the most toxic influencer in your perspective?
The most toxic
Including us.
influencer,
Including us. Marching the
including
Madness
you guys.
also
Mm.
involved.
You know, it's hard because now you're asking me because my interests are quite wide. I like lots of different YouTube content, so that's a hard one. Um, the most toxic YouTuber,
Yeah, yeah.
Keemstar.
Yo,
I forgot about Keemstar. I forgot about him.
I
Like
fucks with it.
literally, yeah, literally the most. I mean, there's a lot of people that compete within his realm, but the reason why I say Keemstar is because not only is he toxic on his own, but he interjects himself into other situations and creates more toxicity and just like chases viral content around and just like he takes a small thing and just blows it the fuck up into a big mess. Which like
Mm.
we don't want you to do that anymore, please. Just shut the fuck up.
I love how people are like, "You're 40 years old. Please take care of your child." Guys.
Exactly.
Yo, so I did
Because he
watch.
got divorced recently. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing with him,
Oh
right? And
no.
he's dating a 20-year-old.
Or she's. I thought she was younger, but
Yeah, no, she's a 20-year-old, and then I was watching that shit, and I seen so many videos share the photo of him in the fucking pool with his jean shorts on and his hat on.
Ew.
dude, Hassan at Albi, who's like number one right now with 39.
Yeah, yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to Ha- Hassan, you my dude. He's like always dunking on him on Twitter, and it's like the funniest thing.
He's
It's
such an easy target, though, because he
he is
literally
now.
is an idiot.
He
Is
is
this
now.
gonna become
I
a?
believe.
We're on the Keemstar Critique content podcast now. I'm
At least
teasing.
right
I'm
now.
teasing. I'm teasing. I'm
Yes,
teasing.
please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interject. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Billy, yeah, hide away.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna hide in my corner. Sorry. Sorry.
No, but Keemstar's popularity has been like if you go on his Twitter, his engagements are like not as they were like years ago. Like he barely can get 5,000 likes on tweets.
You know why?
What?
Because being somebody who relies off like that, I don't know, like what do you call it? Like
Trauma?
triggering content, like somebody who
Oh,
relies on that like shock value, that's the word I'm looking for. Who relies on
Edgelord.
that shock value content, it
uh-huh.
gets fucking old.
It does,
Like
yeah.
it's old.
And the only ones who are paying attention to him now are like children
Right.
because now like I it's weird how Steven Suptic, no, not Suptic, what's his face? He's like well the glasses, and he has Amazon, like he has these weird Amazon videos. Um, even he's like he's part of that Edge
Sputnik?
community. Not Sputnik, no.
Mm.
Um, I also like watch his videos. Like he used to make videos with Dead or Joshi or whatever his name
With
is.
Joji?
Joji, yeah. He's like has these
Are you talking about are you I think I know who you're talking about.
but like but that guy he's far more
God, what's
like
his name?
yeah, it's bugging me now, but he's way more like edgier than Keem, but he's like always going under the radar. He's like still putting out edgy content, but like
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing
he's
is, like,
like
that's the difference, though. The edge lord is sitting there, like, he's doing his edgy content to get people riled up and use the same anger they're both profiting off of. But, like,
Ian.
Ian, yeah, Ian, that's it, yeah.
and then
Sorry, Bailey, go ahead.
no worries. And then the fucking Keem is sitting there. And the thing is, he's profiting off of, like, literal other people's lives. He's, like, not doing
Yes,
any work, right? At least the
yeah,
edge lord is making commentary intellectually on a topic. Keem is watching TikTok and then making money off of children.
See, okay,
kind of weird,
so the
right?
thing with iDubbbz, because that's his
I
channel name
got
is iDubbbz, yeah.
yep,
I think the reason why iDubbbz gets away with his polarizing content and like because he does say things that are quite problematic and edgy
yes,
sometimes,
hmm
but I think the only reason why he gets away with it is because of who his targets are. Like that's
what,
why. Because he picks people that like need to be taken down and then he does it aggressively, but he also sinks to their level sometimes. Like
yeah,
I like
calls him
iDubbbz
up.
too,
Mhm.
but like
He has some very questionable taste
He
on
was
certain
he
yeah.
was
yeah,
very
so
of the era. He was very
yeah,
of
Yeah.
the era, you know?
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And
say he's done the best, but I would say he's at least atoned a little bit. He at least
yeah,
acknowledges that he was far too edgy. I still wouldn't say he's a saint, but I think in contrast to the other edgy people, he at least acknowledges that he was a little too far past the line in the past.
and it's weird because once you get aware, people kind of give you a pass. I find that very because then you're like saying, "Oh, you're just making a commentary on it," but they're like,
Yeah.
there's better ways of doing a commentary without being that self-aware of it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like there's a genre of YouTubers that are problematic, but they get away with it because they're like, I'm being problematic on purpose.
Yeah,
So it's like when they can prove that they're doing it on purpose for a good reason, people are more likely to be like, okay, it's fine. Which is the thing that happened with Keemstar in the beginning, because when he
mhm.
was being problematic in the beginning, people were like, well, he's exposing people like Romeo Lacoste, right? Which
Yeah,
I don't even know if you guys know about him. Tattoo artist, sexual allegations, lots of fun. That guy's a piece of garbage. But
Jesus.
the thing is, like, originally Keem was like actually exposing people and like
Yeah,
legitimately getting some of the first bits of news, but now because he's so irritating and he's so shitty, people are like,
mhm.
we don't really want to talk to you and tell you stuff, and like we kind of like don't respect you because all you do is talk shit about us, but then when you want something you're gonna call us on your show.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
No.
That's yeah, and I think he can see that he's losing that like like grasp on his audience because now
What?
they're like, yeah. Sorry, you want to? Yeah.
Did you see those fucking clips of him on the Aiden Ross stream? Like that is not a
Yeah,
man who's savvy to the fucking youth.
Who,
exactly.
Keem?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Mm,
Aiden Ross is another character too.
Oh, I fucking
yeah.
dislike Aiden Ross as well, but it's like an
Yeah.
example of how the kids talk and interact. And if Keemstar goes there and fucking is shunned, it's like clearly
Let
you ain't got it anymore, man.
you like yeah, like he should be like if like a smart man, which he's not, um, would do like behind the scenes stuff. He wouldn't even do the street shit or the up front of camera anymore because he knows YouTube is not a generational thing. Like it's like the youth are going to be on it mostly, and the youth are going to be the popular one. So the older he gets, the more out of touch he gets, and
And the more he has to
uh,
exploit kids on TikTok.
which is again weird as fuck. It's so weird. Again, you're a grown ass man going after kids that are your daughter's age.
I mean, Keem is just like just feel like he's lost. This is the thing. He's at a point now in his life where like he's 40 years old or
Yeah.
almost 40. So like his options are to rebrand himself in a way that makes sense or get a fucking job until you're ready to retire. Because at this point, like, what are you going to do? But Keem is known for saying, like, I've never changed. I'll never change. I don't plan on changing. This is who I am. It makes me money and it works. And
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know. Keem reminds me of like the friend who has a lot of credit card debt because they want you to think they're cool with all their stuff, but
Yeah.
like they don't really actually have like the person who's like thousands of dollars in debt because they bought a nice car when they were in high school. Like that's who Keemstar is. Keemstar is.
Yeah, yo, I
Like,
agree. And to tie it into a segue for Raza to go off is like that's like the Adam 22 shit though. You say Keemstar doesn't have many paths. They got that much money. They're making so much fucking money off of this bullshit. Like he could do whatever he wants. He could start another bit. You don't have to do this shit. Like so, it's clearly
no.
like an attention grab. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so petty and gross because he does. That's the one thing you got to give him. Keemstar got money. So like you don't need to be doing like you could fuck off. He could be the talent manager for fucking FaZe Clan. You don't have to be doing this bullshit. You know
That
what I'm saying?
yeah. And like I was gonna say,
So
like I think when
go.
Leafy went like down, remember Leafy's hair?
Yeah.
The no chin motherfucker?
Leave
And
Leafy
Leafy,
alone.
no, we are not
Yeah,
Leafy.
No, I don't
bro.
want to talk about
He's
Leafy.
just as bad.
I don't
He's
At
want to talk
least
just as
about
bad.
previously.
Leafy.
That the thing is, I will give forgiveness to people like as we're talking about iDubbbz. At least iDubbbz will acknowledge that like there was a line and it was a little too far before.
Don't know if I agree. But
Well,
okay.
anyway, so when Leafy was here, like when he died off,
Mhm.
so did Keemstar because for the longest time, Keemstar and them were just going at it, and people wanted to see that like fight go on. So once
Mhm.
Leafy got his career destroyed by, I think, ironically enough, Onision kind of did it. iDubbbz did it. So many people like just went in on him that
Mhm.
he couldn't come back. Uh, once Leafy was gone, Keemstar couldn't do it anymore because people moved on from that, and and then he was out of the circle, and how he's trying to get back in the circle is I think going after kids on TikTok. That's how I think he's going
Yeah.
back and stuff.
I mean, Keem's
And
just
then
trying to find out wherever he can be relevant by talking about
yeah,
whoever he can talk about.
Yeah.
and there was friggin' like this guy named what's his name? He's like the right scum. So
Ugh.
one of the girls I went to high school with, she has a YouTube channel now, and she's a pretty big YouTuber.
Yeah.
Um, she made a video with him, and then apparently stuff came out of that where it's um like like it was associated to Leaf Year to Kim Keemstar about how there's these weird sexual things like assault going on within
Oh
that
yeah,
whole circle to
they're
the point where
power
in
tripping.
2020 Ethan Klein made a video about it, which kind of forced G Fuel to end their sponsorship with Keemstar because it was gross.
Hmm.
But that's like Rice Gum, all of them. The whole Phase Clan, all that crew of people. They're all kids with money, and you talk about your communist shit. They're just capitalists. They're just there. They've been raised on the internet. Their goal is to make as much money as possible and fucking party because they're living in a
And
mansion in L.A. You know?
I think the question is or not the question, the answer is and I think we've talked about this many times before, but what happens when you don't? This is all you know when you start your career on this platform. What happens if you're a Keemstar who dies off of relevancy? How do you how do you continue on?
You become
What do you
James
do?
McCrudden,
Who's that?
the dude who does Before They Were Dead and that type of shit.
Oh, true. Okay.
Oh, that's before they were famous. He does it
Oh,
before
Yeah.
they were famous.
And
oh,
then he does
okay.
those toxic ones too. That's why he's
Yeah,
toxic.
but that guy's also a piece of shit.
Oh, a big piece of shit. He
Like
lives in
outside
Toronto
of
too,
what he
bro.
does. Yeah, like outside of what he does on YouTube, he's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, he's all up on Six Buzz being conservative as fuck all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm sorry, but which one of them are not though? Like on YouTube, a lot of them they do vote and lean conservative because they
Well,
realize that
leaning.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are leaning. But I also kind of notice Keem also voices support for Trump, but I'm noticing they're voicing their vote support for Trump is because anything associated with Trumpito, you're gonna get a lot of engagements. So that he doesn't necessarily care about conservatism or care about Trumpito. He's doing it because it brings more people onto his channel to actually comment on his videos, to comment on his Twitter. It's all about the shock value. Like, oh, you
Well,
support this guy? Let's cancel you or attempt to cancel you.
it's the big problem of media, if it's inherently political at all, and it ties into the conversation, is because anger drives clicks. Anything
Yeah,
liberal is about positivity and love, and let's change for the better. That doesn't drive
yeah,
clicks.
hmm
Right? So it all comes
yeah,
down to these guys take these sides because what engages people more, and it's always going to be the more edgy thing, and it's always going to be the calling the guy out more.
yeah, and that's what's driving too. So I necessarily don't think these guys are are conservative because they don't know the first thing about conservatism. So they're just saying, hey, this character is 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 high and he's explosive. If we associate with this sort of character, then maybe we can get also that
Bingo.
clout, the clout chasers, which is Keemstar and by extension Marching into Madness.
There you go.
I just find like the reason why Keem is able to exist is because people like to watch tragedies. Like
Yeah,
people like to watch
it's true.
things burn and fall apart, and they like to witness messes. Like when a car accidents happen on the highway, all of a sudden everybody drives as slow as a turtle because they all want to witness the chaos.
Mhm.
That's what Keem is. He's the car accident that everybody's slowly driving around watching,
Mhm.
and he's so not self-aware of that, but
Mhm.
yet he's like he acts like he is, which is the funny part because it's like I don't think he has any idea of how much of a train wreck he is.
I
Oh
don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think there's a good 70% of people who follow him in support. I think there's a large growing percentage that
Mhm.
hate him, and I think the majority is quickly growing to your side. But I don't think they all
Yes, it
are
is.
just
Yeah.
yet.
I mean, I think everyone who follows Keem follows him because they like him. maybe there's
Yeah.
like a 10% that follow him to see like what bullshit he's talking about. Because
Mhm.
I
Okay.
do follow him because I like to see what bullshit he's talking about because I'm curious because he's always in some drama.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, yeah,
No, that's a good way to
Like,
word it. That's a good way to
it's
word
like
it.
just
when
it's a mess.
when
He's a
he
mess.
got, it's like the same with like Logan Paul brothers. Like the only people are like watching them is because they kind of like them. But at the same time, I'm also noticing that people are agreeing more and more with the wine mom. They're actually seeing past the facade of like maybe all the shit you're doing isn't actually like worth it for me to waste my time now and watch
Yeah.
Yeah, that
the,
was the
the
one. Do you want to?
shit.
Can I use that as a natural
Yeah,
segue into boxing?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that was the one. So I was watching as toxicity. Our second topic. We're talking about the boxing matches. We may go back and forth, but
Mhm.
and that exact thought. I was watching Supreme Patty. You know, we watched the Instagrams? We
Supreme
know who
Patty,
Supreme Patty is.
Supreme Patty.
It's his wine mom.
I do not.
So he's
Oh,
in like
I know
in
somebody that on YouTube that wine mom doesn't know. I feel like we have to
yeah
celebrate this.
in like
Is
meme
this like kind of
culture.
like Little Debbie type of character?
No, it's like
Or no.
remember like think World Star prank
I'm just
videos.
gonna look it up right now.
Think
Supreme
Book
Patty?
Gang. Yeah,
Mhm.
Supreme Patty. This is like Instagram comedian. Instagram comedian for the kiddos. And
Yeah.
this guy, because he's got a
Oh, I know who
massive following.
Supreme Patty is.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So
Yeah,
Damn it.
he's a Supreme guy.
so this poor man's though, I mean not poor man's, fuck him. Fuck him, sorry, not poor man's, but Raza saying it's this sad attempt. He had a boxing match this week before Jake Paul, and this
Mhm.
poor guy, it looked like he poured his heart and fucking soul into it, and it's like this is your last desperate attempt to like revitalize your career. It's
Yeah,
kind of sad.
dude. Oh my God.
He's literally fighting Dancing Dan. Like you remember like Dancing Dan, like, oh baby, like, oh Dan, don't do it, baby. Like the Dancing Dan. It's like, yo, you're at the fucking you are nowhere near making a bag or like where's your career going? There's no influence there. You're not even like making people giggle, you know? Like what's the entertainment value?
Hmm.
Okay, thank you.
I,
Engaging.
I'm no, no, no,
No,
no.
I'm thinking
I'm
because it's like I
Patty's
didn't.
Twitter
Sorry,
account.
Raza.
Well, and the first, like, it's about his boxing thing. And the first tweet is about, haven't seen this dude in years. You're telling me this dude went from pouring lemon in his eyes to boxing the dude who danced on a counter. What the fuck is life? So, like, yeah, like this Supreme Patty again is he's in another case of like temporary success. Like you don't
Yep.
have a plan, and you don't. It's like the long neck guy. Um, like he's died off now. Like
They're
what
managed by
happens
the
when
same person. They're managed by the same person. Daddy Longneck and Supreme Patty are in the same management company.
you see in-game managers? Shit, god damn, I didn't know about that.
This is the thing, is like I don't want to see retired memes fighting each other in boxing rings. I don't fucking care a single fuck
Yeah,
about these vintage memes. Like I don't understand why. This is what I was telling you guys when we had our Disney episode. Shout out to our Disney episode. If you have not watched it, go back
shout
and
out.
watch it. It was very good.
How
But
was
where
it?
we talk about how our generation of people are so fucking nostalgic that we bring back some of the most ridiculous bullshit. And like
Yeah,
we continue to do that. Like
yeah.
why did we need those two to have a boxing match? Like what did we need that for?
It's because I think people are just hyped, are still like got a hard on
Zero
for the
entertainment
chick.
value.
Well, it's like people are still like writing the fucking Logan Bros or Jake Logan Bros train of
I'm just so
of
over it.
fighting.
Like I cannot express to you like how every time I hear Jake Paul's in a boxing match or there's a boxing match with YouTubers and YouTubers are getting into a boxing match, I'm just like, how fucking boring.
It's because
Like
and
but coming from someone who
yeah.
used to watch UFC all the
Ooh.
time with my stepdad when I was a kid, and I was super into all that fighting stuff. I watched the entire series where they were building the UFC fighters, and all that stuff was so cool and fun at that time. And like
Mhm.
now it's all about this fucking boxing stuff, and it's all just like none of it is, there's no entertainment value here that I'm seeing. It's just like it's short fights, it's just a bunch of people who don't have anything better to do with their time, and it's just like if it just I'm so like the interest is non-existent. I'm just like
That's the
don't
thing.
care.
It's not
Like
made for a wine mom. It's made for people who want to see a 5-minute fight, a 2-minute fight, see a fucking Jake Paul take a punch or two.
Go
That's all they
on
want
World
to see.
Star and you will see tons of 5-minute fights.
but like at the
There's
same
lots for you.
I don't know of the viewership how many people saw this, but like the fact that people are paying like 60 or 50 $60 for the exact same results of a fight that happened several months ago goes to show how like how far removed we are from reality. And
Oh yeah.
Logan, the 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 Paul Bros are yeah the Paul Bros are still like writing. They're like they want this because and it's also because of the pandemic has kind of ruined our entertainment because we're inside all the time. So and also what happens once the pandemic ends? Once people are back to work now, will they?
These will be bigger,
I,
I think. I
fuck.
think they'll be bigger because they're social events. As soon as they can leverage that and have people show up in person and have Logan Paul brings Tana Mongu and brings this fucker and Trisha, and then all of a sudden you got a party there and it's gross, but it just breeds more people. It's what Kanye did, you know?
Yeah, so Kanye actually makes stuff.
But you can do the same shit with a boxing fight. That's the gross part.
Oh yeah. Take that, Lynx. Fuck you, Lynx. Sorry.
Yeah, just killing a cat as we're talking about
He was chasing me down, man.
this.
I just want it to end because I just feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like the only reason why it's making money is because it's just like these kids don't have anything better to do with their time
Exactly,
other
yeah.
than watch YouTubers do dumb stuff on mainstream because everybody's obsessed with like YouTubers going mainstream and it's like that's so boring. Like I miss when YouTubers just chilled. Like
Yeah, and
YouTubers
they just
were internet content creators that were connected to their audience, that cared about their audience on a more intimate level, and now they're just like, how do we become mainstream?
like and I miss the the days when YouTubers would have a civil war amongst themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
we just watched it. Like now it's like let's do Bitcoin. Like, no, fight. I
You
like that.
can't
I
because
like
the ads, the ad money. You fuck up, you start pissing off the wrong people, and all of a sudden you're not getting the ad money. You see how hard it is for like a channel our size, as it were. You know what I mean? Like imagine
yeah.
if you're like even just a smaller channel of like 500,000. You got an editor, you got this, you got that, right? All of a sudden, if
Mhm.
my channel gets demonetized, that's 3 people I can't feed. You know, the risks
Yeah.
become different, right? So boxing is just the easiest way to monetize, right? They have no way to
Yeah.
make money, but someone will pay for a pay-per-view with mommy's credit card.
Yeah, and like to add on to that, yeah, it's easier. It's one of the easiest things you can do because like yes, fighting does require skill and it's actually like I'm not making a dig at fighting, but we are like humans are fighters naturally, right? So you're not learning a new skill. You're just picking up a new like career path that requires you to like not learn as much
And
as say coding.
And Raza, as someone who's like into the driving shit, these people are picking up a very specialized career at a very late age. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Dude, oh my God. You want to talk about driving shit? They're picking, like, the youngest F1 driver is 18 years old, and, like, he's making more money than, like, but then again, driving is different.
Yeah, but so even these
Yeah.
boxers, like a Supreme Patty's trying to revitalize his career, but he's 21 years old. Like, even a Jake Paul is like, what, 22, 23? So cool, you're going to do some famous boxing on fucking thing. But if this is really a goal of yours, no, you're already years behind, fam.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's 21. That's even worse. Like, goes to show how quick things change
So
and stuff because he
that's
looks like he's 30.
that perplexes me because a lot of these people say I'm trying, it's a sport. I care, bro. I always been into fighting. It's like, yo, you're a little fucking past your
Little,
prime, bro.
yeah. But, like, I can't fight, but I'm pretty sure I can kick your ass. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
like, I don't
I
know.
was 18 and I was like, yeah, nah, like, yeah, no, I'm out of this life. I get it. I get it. If I'm not here now, I'm done.
Exactly, yeah. And the F1 for drivers, I think they understand that at a young age because it's all about, and it's also, and in the YouTube boxing thing, there's no like risk of like losing because you fall, but like even if you lose, you still get paid, right? Like Ben
Yeah,
Askren won. I forget how much he won just by losing. Um, but for F1 drivers, there's weight there. There's actual like consequence and stuff, and they
yeah.
don't have the celebrity lifestyle to go back to. They're literally kids, which their parents aren't well off, and they just had a passion for it. I'm sounding like the fucking Daniel.
Yeah, you're just ranting away now. But no, for
Sorry.
real, I feel you because the one to tie it into Wine Mom's world is like the one I was watching today. Even was Austin McBroom, right?
Mm.
Oof.
Like,
Oof.
yo, that shit is fucked. He scammed people several times over with
Yeah.
boxing matches and other applications, and this man just gets
Hmm.
to continue to have a platform, and not only that, gets to objectify a family full of humans as he does it.
Yeah. And when Wine Mom told me the shit that he did, and then he posted a video acting like, oh, we're having a boxing match, guys. Let's fucking get it. I'm just like, you know what you did. There's some you can like how can like I don't know how people like Austin, specifically the entire Ace family, can be like, yeah, we're just gonna continue living
I
without
had
acknowledging.
no fucking clue he hosts the events though, like that Logan event, all that shit. He hosts it. It's his
Oh shit, I didn't
company.
know that.
It's his company managing the ticket sales and hosting the event and hiring fucking Foozy Tube to be the narrator. It's
Fucking
him
Fruzy
making those
tube. Oh my
decisions.
fucking god. I
Uh,
hate that guy so much. Sorry.
we got to dance around it because there is legitimate mental health there, but I hate how he
Actually,
objectifies
Bailey,
and makes
I
money
gotta.
off of that shit. I hate how he
I
makes money
mean,
off that shit.
the girl he was dating kind of like exposed him
For real?
when he broke up.
I want to see
Yeah,
this
because he
video then. I want to see
if I
this
can
video.
pull
Not
it up.
later, not after. After stream. After stream. Send
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Send
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Wine Mom?
Anyways, Wine Mom, you're quiet. That's I don't like that.
Nah, I'm just listening because, like, honestly, I don't like not to be
Sassy
the
one.
jerk in the room. The jerk, but like, I don't care about this boxing shit like at all. I
Oh,
think it's all just a bunch of bullshit. It's a waste of time. It's a money grab. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's pretty low level for all these people. Like, to have a career on YouTube requires like real dedication and like some form of like enjoyment for your career, and then like to just be like, I'm gonna do YouTube boxing now. It's like, what a sellout. Like, how sad
yeah.
is that for you? Like,
All they see
okay.
is a paycheck because
Yeah.
at some point the creative drive goes away, and they're just in there. They're just doing it to make money,
Because
and
watch
that's
fam. Watch
where.
fam. This is like media shit. Like jewels for people who actually listen to this shit. It's you may get 1 million views. You're making about $10,000, right?
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit.
then it becomes a numbers game. How many videos can I make that hit 1 million so that I can get 10 racks? That's all they care about. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
thing gets measurable to a bag versus the content. It's hard to. That's where their brains get corrupted by worms.
Well, no, it's because they just sell out. That's why. They
Mm.
sell out and they go, "Oh, wait, why is my content not hitting anymore?" Maybe because your core audience that would have stayed with you. So, this is the thing is they go for quick short bursts of income versus reliable consistent long-term income. Because there's tons of YouTubers who have that consistent long-term income because they stayed true to themselves and they've continued with the content they know works. And then there's somebody like Jake Paul who I guarantee his income fluctuates because there's got to be times where he's just like raking in money, and then there's times when he's like, "All right, guys, what are we gonna do to rake in money in the next couple months?"
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and
100%.
spending and the spending that they do on top of it, it's like, yeah,
Because it's all his money, right? At the end of
yeah.
the day, like he isn't getting any like like for boxing. Boxing is based per fight. So the reason why people like Floyd Mayweather are like what is like the richest. Hold on, my point is like the reason why he's the richest athlete in the world is because he's good at what he does, right? And he understands the economics of the world. Whereas somebody like Jake, he thinks it's like a consistent source of income where he can keep on doing this, taking dubs and fucking like fighting that way. Whereas Floyd looks at his fights and says, okay, I can do this fight, I can do this fight, but Jake is like, no, I can do everything. And what happens when Jake gets injured, right? And he gets
No.
he could what?
He's got nothing to lose. If he gets injured, it doesn't matter. That's the difference. Floyd cares about his career. And Jake gets injured, whatever. I go fucking make some YouTube videos, make more money off of it.
It was less money though because
Is
like
it?
boxing is.
Is
I
it?
think so, yeah.
His subscriber count barely goes down. His TikTok views will barely go down. So it seems like it.
It's
But
because of
realistically, sadly, he's still
boxing.
making the same money.
But I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
he'll
once
just
he
create
leaves
more
boxing,
controversy. No, he'll just create
yeah,
controversy around himself so that he gets views. That's what he does.
yeah, like once he's out of boxing and the boxing world doesn't
He'll
like the
marry and divorce Tana again.
Tana or
it's,
something,
You
yeah.
seen
know.
there was an interview with Logan after their fight, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Logan, how do you feel?" Blah blah blah, and then he was just like, "Yeah, I'm just kind of like on my next thing for now, but I could kick anybody's
Logan's
ass."
smarter.
Yeah, he's smarter,
I
but it's
agree.
still the same bullshit. It's just still the same bullshit of like, oh, he's just on to the next thing.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's just like I, like Jake doesn't Jake doesn't really understand what like what he like how what he's doing and stuff, like how his his role impacts the industry and shit. So
I
once he
mean, it's
does,
just
I
like,
think he'll figure it out.
it's really so boring.
It is
Like,
boring.
that's like legit. Anytime because they were talking about it in my office today, and I was like, I'm literally blocking this out. I don't give a fuck. Don't even ask me my opinion. I have zero opinions. I don't give a shit about this crap. Like, you couldn't pay me to care. I'm sorry.
Wine Mom is a resident boxing fan. She's hiding it.
Oh
Because
my god.
it triggers when I talk about the anger thing, it triggers normies to talk about it. So a wine mom can solidly sit there and say, "Oh, I seriously don't give a fuck." But your coworkers are gonna say, "I don't give a fuck." But what does Janet think? And what does Jim think? Because these kids these days, I don't understand what's going on the internet. And I mean, they're selling, they like sparks conversation amongst people who don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like too. Like I didn't. I forgot about the fight till the fight day. Like oh he's fighting today. I wonder who's gonna win. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! And
Exactly.
like it just it's the sorry it's the hyper like around it. It's just like it's a hype that I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like we're dumb. Maybe we're just stupid at the end of the day, and we let stupid people influence influence what we watch,
I don't
influence
even think it's
decisions.
that. I think it's
It is
just like our content value. No, it's not that. It's the fact that our value of content has gone down. We don't value the same work
which
that goes into content anymore. Like
I
it's
mean,
just like whatever's going to be entertaining because and like not to blame it on something like TikTok, but like when Vine let's blame it when Vine came out.
no, Vine was
Honestly,
the
no,
best.
but that's the thing though. It was the fucking best. But I think we all forget that those videos and stuff that we watch from Vine were all seconds long. And then we started
Yeah.
to create, right? And then we started to create this instant gratification. You can watch like 10-second, 20-second videos and get humor and sadness and whatever sort of enjoyment out of these quick clips. And so
Mhm.
that's sort of created the base for our generation to just kind of be like, well, whatever's quick and happy and fast and fun and funny and just here and it's quick. It's the
Mhm.
same thing like with TikTok. Now, TikTok does like they do amazing things on there, but again, it's quick content.
Mhm.
I remember YouTube videos being an hour long. I would watch hour-long YouTube videos like you would watch an hour-long TV show. Nowadays, YouTubers 20-minute videos.
I disagree.
Now
Well,
they're slowly
okay.
creeping.
20
Okay,
minutes
but
is
they are slowly
long.
creeping back into longer video formats. But
Yeah.
20 minutes, Raza, is really nothing. When they used to release 60-minute videos on a regular basis,
But
YouTubers used to listen.
I don't know.
YouTubers,
In my
because I
world,
listen to you guys. Hold
but
on, I
in
listen to you guys.
no, it's
Go
again.
ahead, Bailey.
Oh my
no,
God,
well,
Bailey.
I don't know. Well, all I was gonna say is in my world, there's still there's been plenty of people making hour-long content for time. I'm just saying it's like another perception, Like I
Which
agree,
I hear you.
I agree with your overarching argument. I'm just saying there's people making hour-long videos.
No, it's just not. It's not the same anymore.
Okay.
Like, yes, it is happening, but those people, are they as successful? Probably not, because
Mhm.
there was a time when YouTubers would struggle like uploading as many videos in a regular time, because I don't know if you guys remember what it was like. You had to upload a certain amount of videos and get a certain amount of subscribers and likes and sort of like engagement before YouTube gave you hour-long formats. People
Mhm.
used to grind to get hour-long formats. Now YouTubers are like, fuck it, I can do a ton of shit with 20 minutes.
Could it be? Could it be because people were exploiting that hour-long thing? Because I remember
Probably.
Because that was
when
before
there.
social media even existed. That was like pre any sort of Instagram or Twitter being prevalent.
Mhm. Like what I because what I remember of that happening was just like, um, when people had hour-long videos, the video would be the title would be clickbaity, and the video wouldn't talk about what the title is until the last 10
Hmm
20 minutes, right? So I do think it changed because maybe because people were exploiting it, and you instead of doing an hour long, like 20 minutes seems to be a common ground where they could be like, okay, you can put out long format videos, but also get to the point quickly without having to like
hmm
force your viewer to sit through an hour of
See,
nothing.
I don't agree.
All right.
Because when I watch YouTube videos, most of the time I'm watching YouTube videos of streams. So I'm watching sometimes an hour and a half long videos of like streamed content on YouTube. Now, I could have watched the stream live, yeah, sure, but it's like YouTubers quite often will make comments in their videos now where they're like, "Oh, we just got to make sure we make like the 10-minute or the 20-minute mark in order to get ads on our video." So they're producing more short videos so they can get more ad revenue versus when they would put into like their hearts into good content that was longer formats.
Yeah.
Like
Because the
that's just the
ad
reality of
revenue.
what it is. Exactly, Bailey, because of the ad revenue, which in
Mhm.
turn has made people who are content consumers, we just want quick. We're just like, whatever, I only have 20 minutes, like an hour long video. I don't have time for that. I want 20-minute video. Give me quick content.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like I feel like it's a mixed bag
Yeah.
overall, because it's like an hour-long video is great because then you can take your ads and like fucking spread
Yeah.
them across, right? Easily. But now you can do that with short-term videos and like put more ads now. You
Yeah, because
even
like
have
look at D'Angelo Williams. Or talk about people don't watch long videos. Shane Dawson just fucking got canceled over a series he made 2 years ago that were all fucking over an hour long, and shit.
I
Yeah, but
forgot about that.
I get what you're saying, but that's specific targeted content. That's the difference. But also keep in mind, Shane Dawson is an old school YouTuber. He has been doing
Mhm.
YouTube for a very long time. So for him to release an hour long format, he knows how to fill that hour long format and make it
Yes,
entertaining and make it valuable for an hour. Whereas
I
these
will admit
younger
to that.
kids,
That's right.
right.
I
Whereas
agree
these
with
younger
That's
people
fair.
who are making videos now, they don't have the energy, they don't have the thought, the care to do
that.
that. Because
Yeah.
why bother making longer, more thought out content when you can make the same amount of money on 20 minutes and upload 12 of them?
Well, that's why labels
Yeah.
and production companies will always still exist to pimp out creatives, because those youth are never going to learn those skills, and there's always going to be an A&R and agent ready to take advantage of that.
I mean, like, there's a guy on YouTube now, and I've mentioned him to you guys before. He goes by Mama Max, and he releases videos very sporadically, and he usually releases like hour plus long videos. And there's so much heart that goes into those videos. And I know he doesn't make a lot of money because he works a full-time job. He talks about how he works a full-time job and does these YouTubes. His videos are worth way more than any of the shit that I'm seeing on a regular basis. Because
Yeah, and
it's he's putting so much into it.
No, that's
hmm
valid.
like there's people of like that and like Nakey Jakey for example that has and like I feel like in like nowadays an hour-long video works if you have an installed fan base, like people that
Yeah.
will dedicate it to their time to be like, okay, I'll watch this. That's why you can have an hour-long video now. You just need to build up to it, and that's why like initially like back in when YouTube was starting off, it was the other way around. You were like have long videos and then you want to work to short ones, but now it's the other way around because
Mm-hmm.
the short videos pull people in, but then the more you do it, the more your audience will be invested. Therefore, now you can create hour-long video essays, which I think is great because then you can still have those 30-second long videos for a certain amount of people, but then you can have
Mm-hmm.
your hour-long content for the people who are dedicated to you, which can be a lot depending on how you do it.
Well, it's
Right,
like
Bailey?
Right.
Sorry.
think about our content though, right?
Mhm.
I feel like the most value you're going to get out of our content is when you watch the full hour long video
Yeah,
where we're
yeah.
talking, we're engaging, you're going from topic to topic, you're getting all the info, right? But
Mhm.
what does better, as Bailey has clearly expressed to us on multiple occasions? Shorts. Shorts do really
Yeah,
well. Why? Because people can
yes.
go flick, 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 flick through quick, short clips of content because
Yeah,
they don't have the attention
but
span to watch a full video of content anymore.
I
Yeah,
agree, but that's why
100%.
we're
Oh,
applying
sorry.
more so the logic that Raza presented, where it's like you're sitting there and it's rather so you're using the short stint to catch them in to watch long version content. It's just a flipped
Right.
ladder instead.
Fucking horse
Which
just that's
no, which is totally you're right. That's totally true. But my point is that the longer content I feel adds more value to what we're bringing to the table versus
Yeah,
a quick short clip where
yeah.
they get like a two,
yeah, yeah.
2 minutes of like me and Bailey arguing or Raza telling a joke. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm.
just quick little short clips that people are getting versus if they were here for the full context. You know,
Yeah,
that's how I see it. But I understand that that's how it works and that's why it works because it works on me too. There's tons of people that I've seen their content um,
Hmm.
on TikTok, and I've moved over to their other longer platform. Like,
exactly.
Yeah,
So, like, I think for this specific case, all three of us are actually like hitting the nail
mm-hmm,
on the head. Is because what Wine Mama says completely right, because like our podcasts bring more value to our brand, right?
Mhm.
But we need to build to that. So like, and
Hmm.
contrasting it with what Bailey said, like you gotta trick them to get like the people like you're watching on TikTok.
Yeah.
They were the only you were you said, oh, you're interesting. This 30-second thing is interesting. Now I'm gonna watch your entire thing on YouTube. That's where I believe it's going. So that when I say mixed bag, I think that's what I'm talking about because like it's like all different forms of content are now working together very badly, but they're still working together and stuff
Hmm.
because of YouTube is screwing up on its own end. I blame
Yeah.
YouTube.
Except for boxing, because it makes no fucking sense. Because what, like,
Boxing is an
it's
animal
dumb.
I can't answer, and I refuse to answer it. So
It's just like I think it would be more interesting if they, because anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. It's
go,
boring.
I
go,
just
go.
have my one last I have a
Go
positive
ahead.
message rather than a controversial one.
Mm.
I think in the long term, we're already seeing it with lots of consumers. I think long format content will still be valued. I think there's going to be a dark age we're going to go through for about 5 years where like TikTok just dominates, but
Mhm.
people will miss podcasts or a YouTube video or like the traditional way of consuming media because shit's going to be moving so fast. So I think in a positive way, even though all this shit is so hectic right now, it's eventually going to level out because the people who do want to listen to an hour-long podcast are going to go seek that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and unless you're really invested, and it sucks because like I hate like and Y mom is right. Like the fuck that like these 30-second long videos have more weight to them than these hour-long videos which to show that like
Yeah.
our society is like completely going off the rails with our attention
Yeah.
span. Oh, squirrel.
Yeah.
Well, that's because our generation of like our generation that are parents
Millennials.
now. Well, no, the generation that we are and slightly above us who are parents. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing we buy our children is an iPad, sorry.
Yes, yeah.
And we're like, don't fucking bother me. Watch your fucking wiggles on your iPod or your iPad. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yo, I was watching a samurai movie, as Raza would love. I was watching, what was it, Rurouni Kenshin. And it
Oh,
was,
you watched it?
yeah. I was watching that shit. But so dude was sitting there, and there's so much downtime where he's just like,
I got him
just
into it.
sitting
I got
there.
him into it. I got him into it. I got him into it. Sorry, sorry,
And
sorry, 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 sorry.
it was like me sitting there, like, wow, like, yo, this is like, kids these days this is weird to them to watch, of like someone just sitting there. Like just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
eating and just sitting there. I was like, this
I
is an
feel like that's
odd
also
scene to a
a cultural
child.
thing too.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I remember in high school, I didn't get my first cell phone until I was much older. Everybody else had iPhones, and I still
Me
had
too.
like the
Me
shitty
too.
flip phone that I was using.
Razor? Was it Razor?
I can't remember what it was,
Oh,
but
God.
like it took a long time for me to actually get a phone. And
Mm-hmm.
I was the person who like never texted anybody back. Never checked my phone, never answered phone calls, never texted anyone. Like I didn't care. And then like cuz when I had my first job, I still didn't have a cell phone. Like that's how long it took for me to get a cell phone. And I remember like taking some change out of my coin purse and like going over to the payphone to call my grandmother on my lunch break. And like that was fine for me. I didn't care
Mhm.
about people being able to have access to me wherever I was. Like
Mm-hmm.
now it's a little bit different because a lot of the stuff I do is social media based, or a lot of my friends reach out to me for other projects and things that are going on. But even still, I'm definitely the kind of person that like I just might not text you back. And I'm sorry, but I just don't care. I'm watching TV, I'm doing something else. Like I'll text you when I text you. But it's crazy. Like when I text my sister, even just my sister, we're just a year apart. I text her, the response time is immediate. She could be at work helping a customer. The response immediate. I'm
Yeah.
busy at work. What do you need? Okay, if you're busy, why are you even texting me back? Text me later. Like, you
And there's
know?
people like
Yeah.
Bailey who'd be like, "What is communication again? I don't."
Yeah, I know. Bailey will start a conversation with you and then
And then
the half of the
go off.
conversation in
I
2
was like,
weeks.
so, do you work at comms for a nonprofit?
Yo, I
Really
try.
practicing what you.
You
Well,
want to see the
when it's
fucking
all you
numbers? You want
do.
to see how many red numbers are on my phone? There's a lot. There's a lot,
It's
bro.
red
There's
numbers.
like it gets intense, okay? I do apologize. I feel like I communicate pretty well. Raza just
I'm
gets
making
pissed that I take a day to relax and don't tell my fucking my lover in the content game.
Mm-hmm.
That's
because
all
what
he's
happens if I'm just like Bailey? I need some help. He's like,
Bailey, I need some help. Stop being happy with your partner. I need
Oh my
and
gosh,
then you
here
don't
he
see.
goes.
And then if I said
Please
that, here's the thing. Here's the
feel
thing. If I
bad for
said that,
me.
here's the thing. I think if I said that, I still wouldn't get a response till the next day. He really,
You could
his
call
phone would be a.
if you call, mans will pick up in an emergency. Mans will be like,
Oh man,
Raza's
dude,
about to
when
die.
people call me, I get so scared. I'm just like, did somebody die? What's going on?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear
Phone
people call
calls.
me.
Honestly, I have one friend that's a phone call friend. Actually, I lie. I have two friends that are phone call friends, and
Yo,
it's for me. It's always like I know they're calling me because they want to talk about like just stuff, but I'm always like, is this the time that I'm gonna like get yelled at? Did something go wrong? Like what? Why? I'm literally doing something else right now.
like literally the story I told you guys last stream, well,
Mhm.
after last stream about my current situation, right?
Mhm.
Um, man, I've been getting phone calls about like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning,
Oh my
realizing
god, that would
that,
fucking. I've had to
and
tell
like
I had
this
to tell
weekend
people not to call me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
in
But
like
don't you guys remember when you were in high school and you met your first boo or your second boo and you'd be on the phone until like 3 o'clock in the morning?
I didn't get my first cell phone until grade 12 when I was single.
Well,
I do know that with my cell phone,
sorry,
yes.
Raza.
What? My dad was like, "If you're gonna get a cell phone, you're paying for this your own cell phone."
Me too. My mom too.
But
My mom too.
But then when
exactly,
I went
and
to college, hold up, when I went to college, he was just like, "I'll pay for this. It's fine."
Yeah, because you're too far away from him. That's why. No control.
No,
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say, because era-wise, when you sitting there talking on the phone with your boo, it's like it
Mhm.
was also only the young kids texted, right? Now
Mhm.
everyone texts. That was
Mhm.
before. It's
yeah,
like we still gotta call a bunch of people on these shitty fucking. We're hitting the numbers to text phones. You know what I
Well,
mean? I
right.
had
We
the
would have to
Sony
do.
Ericsson with the slide up. You
Yes.
feel?
Well, don't you remember like tapping the number 3 times just to get to whatever letter you
yes.
wanted?
Oh
Like
my
that's how we
god.
used to have to text.
Oh
So
wait,
it's
I had a
it's
reason.
changed.
And then we had 100 texts a month. Remember that
Yeah.
shit?
Yes.
Remember
Yes.
that shit?
And then we'd be like, don't somebody would text you and then you would be like, just call me, I only have so many texts. Like
Yeah, and like the
so
stupid thing,
annoying.
the stupid thing, we got unlimited texts and calls on our birthday and after like 7 p.m.
Yes,
or,
yes,
or some shit.
Yeah.
yes. They were like,
Yo,
here's your birthday present. You can call and text as many people as you want, LOL. Like
And then next month, and then the next month, we're gonna charge you overages because you went over one text and
yeah.
shit,
right?
and stuff. But
Man, it was so wild back then with
it was
cell
so, and then I
phones.
remember like yeah, dude, and then okay, I lied. My first phone was a flip. I just remember it now. I had it in grade 11, and I did pay for it, but it was jokes though because like I barely used it. I barely fucking used it because I got to the point where I'm not texting people this shit. I'm not doing this. This is so hard to text people. Now I'm putting up
um,
full-fledged novels in my Instagram stories or my
Right?
DMs.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
What's
going
funny?
ham on the T board. I was fucking hammering the 8 button and the 7 button. Trust me, bro. I was fucking texting away on that 9 button keyboard.
Mm-mm.
Um, I forgot. Yeah, Bailey and I have never texted each other ever in the
Yeah.
last like 2
Yeah.
years.
What you guys
We
text?
have
but we
no
don't
on cell
text
phone.
message. Like that's how
We don't
futuristic it is. We don't text message.
we don't text. Yeah, we literally
What?
if we have to call one another, it's
Oh,
a
you mean like
Discord.
WhatsApp or something?
Yeah,
Usually
we don't
Discord
use.
or Instagram. We talk primarily on Instagram.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
weird.
and
Stop doing
I
that.
have his number and everything, but like I've never
Yeah,
used
you're
it.
weird.
And
I
I'm
do
like,
most of my
You're
conversations on
weird.
Instagram.
That's weird.
That's not weird.
What?
That's not a secure place to be having most of your conversations.
Nowhere's a secure place to be having most
Yeah,
of my
but
conversations.
but he's way
Instagram is the
fine.
least secure.
Yeah,
Come
but I'm not
on.
like, oh hey, here's my weenie picture. You know, like, can you rate it 5 out of 10, please? It's not happening on
Somebody's not
Instagram.
exposing me, B.
Nobody said that that's what you're doing, but now I'm pretty sure that is what
Yeah, Bailey, why are
Bailey's like getting the dick rates. He's like, let me know what's good,
Right
guys.
now, I have to put this in my presentation for a fucking
Oh my god.
Okay.
fucking company I'm working with.
Any closing points on toxicity and why we all hate Keemstar? Because I'm fine if we close it out with why we all hate Keemstar. Because fuck him, I hate him too.
Keemstar is a fucking idiot, and boxing is pointless.
All right, Raza.
That's it.
Keemstar is out of his depth now. He needs to retire. I heard fucking Denny's is hiring. Since he doesn't really have any other expertise in much. So I would say good luck. Should have learned coding, bro. But whatever. And
Okay.
boxing is it's fucking dumb.
If I want, my Keemstar point is if someone wants to dox us a photo of Keemstar with his hat off, I will pay for it. Because then
I can
we
do
will
that
get
right
rich
now.
and we will get famous.
I feel like that exists, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Does
I'm
it?
pretty sure it does. Yeah.
In
yeah.
the past 2 years, I want to see this. But nonetheless, Keemstar's an asshole. I hate him. He makes money off of people, and it's quite sad because he doesn't do any of his own work. Akin to what Wine Mom talked about this whole episode, he literally doesn't put any effort into his videos.
Nope.
It's just a man who takes clips and just kind of
Honestly,
comments on it.
to be fair to Keem, the last good video he ever had was when he tricked Romeo Lacoste into doing an interview and got him to admit to a bunch of stuff. That was peak Keem, and that was the one and only that he gets ever. Is that, and that's it.
Bam. Done. Wine Mom summarizes it. So thank you, fam. Of course, we ended up getting focused on Keemstar because he is the epitome of toxic, but thank you for tuning in. If you didn't know YouTube stuff, I hope you kept up. Good fucking luck. You're going to do a lot of Googling today. We appreciate you tuning in anyways. If you want
Is he
to tune
talking to
into
us?
I'm doing the
No.
outro. I'm doing the outro, you dingus.
Okay.
If you want to watch the podcast live, we record Mondays at 7 p.m. And if you want to fucking tune in as we play video games and have Raza actually be on schedule with what's good, we play video games on Fridays at 9 p.m. Sometimes Wine Mom shows up, and it's quite quaint.
Was I off schedule last night? Last stream?
Oh
No,
my gosh.
Okay.
Why
whatever.
am I being out of this?
Bye,
Thank you for
podcast.
tuning in.
See us
If
on
you want to talk
stream.
to us, we're in Let's Chat. We're chatting now. Thank you. Love y'all.